In the middle of the ocean, far from the coast, a sound echoed through the water. A cry for help. Not human, but unmistakable. A dolphin was dying, tangled in a web of invisible death. Every movement made it worse. Every breath could be the last. And the clock was ticking, because in the ocean time is the cruelest predator of all. It was supposed to be a routine day. A group of marine biologists conducting research, studying dolphin pods, documenting their behavior. Nothing unusual, until they heard it. Dr. Sarah Chen was monitoring the underwater microphones, listening to the complex language of dolphin clicks and whistles. But then, something different. A pattern she had never heard before. Rapid clicking, erratic, panicked. She turned to her colleague. "Something's wrong, that's a distress call." They changed course immediately, following the sound, the underwater microphones guiding them. The clicks were getting louder, more desperate, more frequent. Whatever was making that sound was running out of time, and then they saw it. About 200 meters from the boat, a dolphin, but not swimming freely, not jumping, not playing, trapped, completely entangled in a massive fishing net. Ghost gear, abandoned nets that drift through the ocean like invisible killers. The dolphin was fighting, twisting, thrashing, desperate to break free. But every movement only tightened the net more. As they got closer, the true horror became clear. This wasn't just entanglement. This was a death trap. The net was wrapped around the dolphin's body at least 5 times. Around the tail, the dorsal fin, the pectoral fins, and worst of all, around the mouth. The dolphin couldn't open its mouth fully, couldn't feed, couldn't breathe properly. The nylon rope had cut deep into the skin. Blood stained the water, deep lacerations, some down to the muscle. Dr. Chen knew the statistics. Dolphins need to surface to breathe every 3 to 7 minutes under normal circumstances. But trapped and exhausted, every 2 minutes, maybe less. And if they can't reach the surface, they drown. In the open ocean, surrounded by air, they drown. The team studied the situation. How long had the dolphin been trapped? Looking at the wounds, the depth of the cuts, the exhaustion in its movements. At least 24 hours, maybe more. This dolphin had been fighting all day, all night, alone. And it was losing. The team faced an impossible choice. Option 1, try to rescue, but approaching a panicked dolphin is extremely dangerous. Dolphins are powerful, over 400 pounds of pure muscle. A single tail strike can break bones. And this dolphin was terrified. It would fight. If we get in the water, it could kill us. Option 2, call for professional help, but they were miles from shore. The nearest marine rescue team, over an hour away. This dolphin didn't have an hour. By the time they get here, it'll be too late. Option 3, do nothing, let nature take its course. We're scientists, not rescue divers, this isn't our job. But could they really just watch it die? Dr. Chen looked at the dolphin. It had stopped thrashing, floating, motionless. For a moment she thought it was already dead, but then it surfaced. One more breath. The eye, that intelligent, aware eye, looked directly at her, and she knew. She couldn't walk away. Get the knives. Get the dive gear, we're going in. 3 team members entered the water. Dr. Sarah Chen, Marcus, the dive specialist, Elena, the marine veterinarian, each with a knife, each knowing they might not come back up. Underwater, the situation looked even worse. The net was massive, hundreds of meters of tangled nylon. The dolphin was at the center, like a fly in a spider's web. They approached slowly, very slowly. Any sudden movement could trigger panic. The dolphin watched them, clicking frantically, trying to swim away. But it couldn't. The net held it perfectly still. Marcus reached the net first, started cutting. The nylon was thick, industrial strength, designed to hold tons of fish. Sawing, sawing, sawing. One strand broke, then another. But there were hundreds more, and the dolphin was thrashing again, panicking. The knife came dangerously close to Marcus's hand, blood in the water. Not the dolphin's this time. His. The dolphin's tail struck. Wham! Hit Marcus in the chest, knocked the air out of his lungs. He surfaced, gasping, a possible broken rib. But he couldn't stop. 2 divers left. Time running out. He went back down. Elena worked on the net around the mouth, the most critical area. If they could free the mouth, the dolphin could breathe better, survive longer. She cut carefully, millimeter by millimeter. One wrong move, and she'd cut the dolphin's face. Sarah worked on the tail, the powerful tail that could be their greatest weapon or their death. Marcus's air gauge read 500 psi, critical level. He needed to surface, but they were so close. Just a few more cuts. 400 psi. His regulator started beeping. Sarah's voice crackled through the radio. "Marcus, you need to surface now." 300 psi. He made 3 more cuts, and then the net loosened. The tail was free. The dolphin felt it immediately. One powerful thrust. It moved. For the first time in over 24 hours, it moved forward. With the tail free, the dolphin had leverage. It began pulling, swimming in circles. The net was still wrapped around its body, but now it was fighting back, and the divers were cutting faster. Sarah freed one pectoral fin, Eleanor freed the other. The net was falling away, piece by piece. Only one section remained, around the dorsal fin and mouth. The most dangerous cut. One slip, and the knife goes into the dolphin's head. Eleanor steadied herself. Deep breath. Positioned the knife. Cut. The last strand snapped. The net fell away. The dolphin froze. For 1 second. Disbelief. Then, it bolted. Like a rocket. Faster than any of them had ever seen a dolphin swim. Away from the net. Away from the trap. Away from death. The divers surfaced. Exhausted. Bleeding. But victorious. Back on the boat, the reality set in. Marcus had bruised ribs, possibly fractured. Eleanor had deep cuts on both hands. Sarah was exhausted and dehydrated, but they were alive. And so was the dolphin. Could the dolphin survive? The wounds were severe. Deep lacerations, risk of infection, difficulty hunting. But Eleanor had seen worse. If it can make it through the next 48 hours, it has a chance. Before losing sight of it, Sarah managed to attach a small tracking tag to monitor its movement. Day 1, the dolphin swam erratically, probably disoriented. Day 2, movement slowed significantly. Was it dying? Day 3, no movement for 6 hours. The team feared the worst. Day 4, a sudden burst of activity, fast swimming, feeding behavior detected. It was hunting. It was alive. Over the next 2 weeks, the data told an incredible story. The dolphin had rejoined its pod, was swimming at normal speeds, diving to normal depths. Against all odds, it had survived. 3 weeks after the rescue, the team returned to the area to see if they could find the dolphin. After an hour, they heard it, the distinctive whistle of a dolphin. The tracking tag transmitted a signal. It was close, very close, and then it surfaced. Right next to the boat. Close enough to touch. The scars were visible, deep lines where the net had cut, but healing. The dolphin looked at Dr. Chen, made eye contact, and then it jumped. A full breach out of the water, spinning in the air. The behavior dolphins show when they're happy, when they're celebrating. Sarah started crying. It remembered us. It came back to say thank you. This dolphin was lucky. But here's the devastating truth. Every year, over 300,000 dolphins and whales die in fishing nets. Millions of other marine animals. Ghost gear, abandoned fishing equipment, makes up 10% of all ocean plastic. 640,000 tons of nets drift through the ocean, killing silently, constantly. Most entangled animals are never found. They die alone. This dolphin had one chance in 1,000. One team happened to be in the right place at the right time, with the right equipment and the courage to act. But what about all the others? The ocean is dying, not from some distant threat, but from our trash, our nets, our negligence. Support sustainable fishing practices, demand better regulation, participate in cleanups, reduce plastic consumption, support marine conservation organizations, spread awareness, because every abandoned net is a death trap waiting to spring. And somewhere in the ocean right now, another dolphin is trapped, hoping someone is coming to help. The research team named this Dolphin Hope, because that's what she represents. Hope that we can make a difference. Hope that awareness leads to action. Hope that one day no animal will die in a ghost net. Hope survived because someone cared enough to act. Someone risked their life. Someone refused to look away. The question is, will you? The next time you use plastic, the next time you see trash on a beach, the next time you have a choice between convenience and conscience, what will you choose? Because somewhere in the ocean, hope is swimming, free, alive. But she's not alone. Thousands of others are still trapped, still fighting, still hoping that someone cares enough to save them.